Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we have got a guaranteed legendary champion event coming tomorrow. Easy peasy. All you have to do is pull the right amount of shards and you will be guaranteed a top tier legendary. Interestingly, it's a lot of shards, right? It's a lot of shards. And for some reason, and I think that reason might be something like cash, Raid seem to have stopped doing this for ancient shards, which are the most accessible form of shards. And now they seem to just turn towards voids. Right, we've got another void. I guess they have also got their 4th anniversary shenanigans going on. We've had a chance to win Aethel. Yeah, Supreme Aethel came from a 10 times shard event. Supreme Galek came from a champion chase event, which I won, by the way, with my obscene wailing. Supreme Elhain came from the fusion. And now tomorrow is going to be a guaranteed event for Supreme Kale. Now, Supreme Kale is possibly the best of these 4. I still don't think he's like God tier Void Legendary, but I think he's actually very good. But you're going to need a juicy 110 Void Shards to get this guy. Now, I think a lot of us probably could have guessed that this was the way it was going to go. Yeah, it felt like it was going to be the next thing that happened. And honestly, right after a 2 times event for Voids on the weekend was probably going to be the time they were going to drop it. Maximum pain. Yeah, this is a terminology used, I think, a lot in the stock market. What's the max pain? And that's when we're going to kind of like really rip people open. Well, Raid are adopting the policy of max pain with shard pulling. So you're going to be able to grab yourself a Supreme Kale for 110. Yeah, a lot of people in the community, like the super math brains, they will say to you, this is the best time to pull your shards. Like, you just save for these guaranteed events, and then you grab one. I know Nub Raids has done a series around, you know, the actual odds of pulling champions during shard events. And I've seen HG Senti, who is a real, like, math whiz. What is he? Is he a professor? I don't know. He's definitely extremely intelligent and gets his stuff right when it comes to the odds of pulling at certain times. And he has said to me, because I actually basically said on the last one, Alil, I'm not going to be pulling shards out of protest. He said that was the wrong message to give the community. In fact, I should be encouraging people to do the guaranteeds rather than to do things like we just had last weekend on the 2 times. So I guess, look, I'm not a maths whiz. I can play darts. I can work out my outs, but I don't know all of the kind of ins and outs of percentages. So I kind of just have to make your own decision based on that type of stuff. Anyway, for 110, is it an obscene amount? I think it is. I'm sorry, I do. I think it's a lot of shards for a Supreme Kale, but then I suppose you've still got the chance of pulling other champions along the way. So if you are blessed to have 110 Void Shards sitting in your account, let's see what you can get. We've got Supreme Kale here, AoE A1, with a 75% chance of placing an irresistible weaken. I mean, it's really good. It's actually really good. For an A1, that's a crazy skill, right? Irresistible weaken. He doesn't need accuracy to do it. It's very good. The A2, and this hits, by the way, this hits pretty damn hard. An irresistible 3 poisons. 100%. Also increases the duration of all enemy debuffs. Cannot be resisted. No accuracy required. And this hits hard as well. And then the A3, another AoE. 3 AoEs. Again, this one hits hard. Gives your team increased accuracy before he attacks. Places decreased resistance on the enemy. This cannot be resisted. Again, no accuracy required. And he gets turn meter fill for each decreased resistance placed. His kit's actually really cool. So with this ability here, giving your team increased accuracy, decreasing the enemy's resistance, which can't be resisted, the swing of accuracy required for high-end content is massive. If you're doing stuff like Brutal or Nightmare Hydra, this is absolutely absurdly good. If you're doing like high-end Doom Tower hard bosses, this ability is really good at bringing down the requirement of the rest of your team's stats. So I do really like his kit, honestly. These 3 abilities, all AoEs, I really like them. I love that they've got synergy around cannot be resisted. And then his passive here decreases each target's accuracy, crit rate, and crit damage for each poison on them. So again, if you're pairing him with, in fact, you only need to get in PvE content minus 15% crit rate to never be crit. So if there's 5 poisons out there, then the enemies will not be critting your team, which is quite big. For the other stats, I mean, 3% less accuracy and stuff, I guess it's gonna be a bit of a bonus, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, he's definitely a cool champion. He's probably, out of all of the Supreme champions, he's the one who feels Void Legendary to me. He feels like he fits a Void Legendary. I don't think he's a top tier game changer like an Acrizia or, you know, one of those type of champions that literally drops onto your account. You know exactly where you're going to use them, and they're going to massively transform your account. Don't think he's that, but I think he's really good. So I guess it's up to you guys what you're going to do. Let me know what you think here. 110 voids as well. Let me know what you think. We haven't had a guaranteed in Ancients for a long time. Have they stopped doing them? Obviously, this is around the 4th anniversary, so it was bound to be voids. But feels like it's been an awful long time since we've had a guaranteed Ancient, whereas we've had, is it 3 or 4 of the last 5 maybe have been voids? Don't know. Anyway, guys, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.